For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle. I'm Karen's older sister and her maid of honor. When Karen asked me to be her maid of honor, I felt so honored and at the same time terrified. I was terrified for several reasons. For one, a Buffy the Vampire themed wedding was mentioned, and as you've all heard the theme song, I'm sure you can believe. And thank you, John, for keeping that from becoming a reality. But most of all, I was nervous for this moment. I've never been good at giving speeches, and until my later teenage years, I really feared being in the spotlight. Karen, on the other hand, always adored being in the limelight. Growing up, we were so close in age, but we were two completely different people. I was always the quiet one, while Karen loved being the center of attention. When we moved to Wayne, her introduction to one of her bridesmaids is still one of my favorite memories of her. Just imagine staring at your window, watching this 8-year-old girl marching back and forth at the top of the driveway, dancing wildly and belting out at the top of her lungs. Can't take my eyes off of you. I'm sure you all know that song. This was Karen. She was such a lively, happy young girl. She loved dancing around, singing made-up songs, playing pretend, and making up talk shows or anything else she could think of. She had more courage than anyone I could imagine. Karen and I shared everything from our toys to our bedroom until we moved to Wayne when we were 8 and 10 years old. I remember she really resisted the change to having our own rooms, and at night she would always knock on the wall between our bedrooms, waiting for my knock back just to make sure I was still there. And sometimes this went on for a half an hour. We didn't always get along as we do now. I'm not going to get into details, but like all sisters, we definitely had our fair share of fights in the past. But as we grew older and matured, we became closer and our relationships moved from playmates to confidants. I taught her to be more organized, or rather, I'm still trying. I can't tell you how much of this wedding planning may or may not have gone on just a few days ago. But being a big sister wasn't just about teaching her things. I've learned so much from her too. While I played the role of the serious, play by the rules older sister teaching lessons to Karen, I found Karen taught me so much more. Karen taught me humor and how to laugh at myself. I was always the one minding the rules, while Karen would sing like no one's listening, dance around without a care, and had more life and energy in her than I knew from anyone else. Not only is Karen my sister, but she's my laughter, she's my biggest fan, my biggest pain in the ass, and my closest friend. I'm so happy she found John, a man with more patience than anyone I know. Getting to know John has made me so happy because I know Karen has truly found her other half. He's such a sweet, patient, and loving man, and I know he truly makes her the happiest and best version of herself. I'd like to give a little advice to the married couple in the form of this perfect quote I found. For marriage to be a success, every woman and every man should have his and her own bathroom. This is pretty much Karen's dream. Please join me in raising your glasses to toast to John and Karen. Cheers.